All right, check this out. The video that we're gonna watch right now is Suge Knight reacts to Tupac a murder arrest. All right, the fool that killed the legendary Tupac. Let's watch it.
The cold case that no one ever expected to be solved is, of course, a huge step closer to being solved. The arrest in the Tupac Shakur murder, 27 years later, really shocked everyone last week. And we still have questions about why now,
Right.
that the police haven't fully explained yet.
Because the man who is now charged with the murder confessed in 2008 that he was involved.
And has
Wow.
been saying it very openly in interviews that he handed the gun to a guy named Orlando Anderson, his nephew, and he's Keefe's story.
Hey, bro, I really feel that it was Keefe D that killed Tupac. Listen, when you go places, listen, when you outside doing dirt, the more experienced person always wants to be the one that handles business. You never want to have a poopa or a wannabe or a youngster, you know, handle the situation. It's always going to be the older G. Give me that shit. Let me do it. Because he knows what time it is. Experienced. Not to say that Orlando isn't experienced, but I really feel like Keefe D is the one that could really handle it. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think it's Orlando. I think he's just blaming it on Orlando because he's dead. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I blame it on him, people will know that I'm still somehow involved in what happened. I'll get my hood award. You know, I'll be a legend in the hood. But can't nobody arrest me because my nephew did it. I really feel it was him, bro. Let's go.
Story is that Orlando pulled the trigger and fired the shots into the car, which Suge Knight was driving. Tupac was the passenger.
Tupac was killed and Suge was shot.
Was hit but survived. So everyone was wondering what Suge's reaction is to there finally being an arrest in this case. You would think maybe he would be happy that there's going to be justice.
Also, and is he going to testify? So I spoke with him a very short time ago, and he is in prison right now. I talked to him when he was on the jailhouse phone and wanted to find out what he felt about the Keefe arrest, and whether he would cooperate in the trial. Tell me what your reaction is.
Hold on. The title already says, I think, or I read it somewhere that Suge's not going to tell. Of course he's not going to tell. As much as people say Suge Knight is not a real one, as much as people say Suge Knight is not really a blood from birth, I really feel that Suge Knight is the last one left of the real, homie, from the 90s. Like, he the last real one left. P. Diddy and all them, they were never with the shit. Everybody on the West, as far as that gangster stuff, come on, bro. Yeah, we got Snoop and all that, but Suge is really the last one to hold it down 10 toes, my boy. He's the last one. When Tupac died, Suge Knight died. You know, and I really wish that Suge Knight was still that CEO. You know, but they can never have a real gangster in office, my boy. It would never happen. You know, but let's go.
To the arrest of Keefe D.
Well, surprise number one, because I didn't think Keefe D would never get arrested. Nor do I want to see him get arrested. You know, let's get one thing straight, first and foremost. You know, me and Keefe D played on the same Pop Warner football team. And whatever the circumstances, if he had an involvement with anything, if he didn't have any involvement in anything, who want to see? I wouldn't wish somebody going to prison on my worst enemy.
The DA
Facts.
says that.
Facts, bro. Listen, no buster gives flowers to that chavala. Who? Listen, when people comment, bro, you guys need to be specific, homie. Because you guys don't even fucking put who you talking to. Harvey, me, Suge Knight, Keefe D, Tupac. Who, homie? Like, be specific, right? I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. Thank you, homie. Gracias.
Keefe D was in the car with his nephew, and that presumably his nephew, according to the DA, is the one that shot Tupac, and that it was done with the full knowledge of Keefe. Do they have it right?
It was only two people in the car. And Pac not finna tell the story. I ain't finna tell the story, but I tell you this. And I never had nothing bad to say about Orlando because, number one, he wasn't the shooter. Number two, he came to my hearing and told to let me go and told the truth. They still didn't let me go.
If you are called to test,
He not gonna tell, right? And people still don't give him his flowers, but they'll go respect Gunna or 6ix9ine or some fucking weirdo like that. Respect to Suge Knight, my boy. Respect to Suge Knight. Facts. Big motherfucking facts. If you don't respect that, I don't know what the fuck you respect.
testify in this case?
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be.
Why not?
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Why not?
Well, number one, because I'm not going to get on the stand and testify on somebody for what?
They seem to be saying that Orlando was the shooter and Keefe was in on it, that he had full knowledge.
You're not gonna get it out of him,
what was
homie.
going down, and it was revenge for Orlando getting beaten up by Tupac and his team at the MGM.
How bad brutal. He just clarified Orlando was not the shooter. I told you. It was Keefe D. If, allegedly, if we're talking hypothetical. There you go. There we go. SNS Customs, are you tipsy, my boy? I don't do drugs, my boy. I'm high off of H2O. Is that fucking air? Yeah, there you go. Let's go.
After the Tyson fight. Is that correct?
No.
Then who shot Tupac?
The
It wasn't
FBI.
Anderson, so that's all I got to say about that part.
To
Hold on, what did he
summarize,
say?
Tupac and his team at the MGM after the Tyson fight. Is that correct?
No.
Then who shot Tupac?
It wasn't Anderson, so that's all I got to say about that part.
It was not Anderson. That's all I got to say about that part. Is he sort of H2O is water? Fuck. What do you call the air? Oh yeah, H2O is water. What a retard. You motherfuckers got me thinking when I just want to watch a Suge Knight video, homie. Come on. Salute to Salt Lake City. He's clarifying it's not Orlando. He never said it's not Keefe. Damn. You know, that's crazy, huh? That there's only two people left. CO2. There's CO2, motherfucker. CO2 is a little cartridge you put in the BB gun, my boy. Hey, there's only two people alive. Suge Knight and Keefe D. The two OGs. Everybody else done passed away already. That shit's wild, bro. That shit is fucking wild. That fool says CO2. That motherfucker's gonna say, the next thing he's gonna say is, where's propane? Motherfucker go out there, sniff propane and die. It's not CO2, is it? That fool says CO2. That fool tripping. I'm sticking with it was Orlando. Isn't Suge basically dry snitching if Keefe the only one alive? No, because he's simply saying Orlando is the one that's being blamed, right? Orlando is the one that's being blamed. So I'm telling you, it wasn't the guy that's being blamed. I never said it was somebody in that whip. I've never said it was somebody within that circle. They have said that, which Keefe D and the cops. Knight is simply saying it's not the man that's being accused. Come on, how are you dry snitching? That fool said, Nas, get the fuck out of here.
To summarize, you are saying Orlando was not the shooter, although you won't say who the shooter was. You are not saying whether Keefe was involved in any way in the shooting. And you are saying that if you're called to testify.
Willy Wonka, legit dry snitch. No, my boy, you gotta learn to read between the lines, homie. You gotta be able to use your mind and think. I just told you. The question is, was it Anderson? No, it wasn't. That's all. How? That's not a dry snitch. Because Suge Knight has never indicated that somebody in the car did it. He's never indicated that the Southside did it. He never indicated that that circle did it. So how could it be a dry snitch?
By either side, you will not comply. You will not testify. Do I have that right?
1,000%. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't testify. None of that. At the end of the day, free Keefe D.
You know what's really interesting is that he is pulling back from Keefe D's own statements.
Right.
Which is
But I will
bizarre.
say, so Suge is saying it wasn't Orlando Anderson, which is something that has been widely believed on the streets and alleged in interviews. Keefe D himself has said it, that Orlando is the person who pulled the trigger, and Orlando Anderson died a couple of years.
And that shows you who the rat is. That shows you who the rat is. Who's the rat? Keefe D, not Suge Knight. The rat is Keefe D. Keefe D implicated his nephew. Suge Knight says it's not him. Vallero Graphics, he shouldn't have said shit. Why? He doing an interview and he actually helping both them retards. You know, plus they politics are different from ours. He ain't doing nothing wrong. He's not doing anything wrong. It's not like he said this. Check it out. It's not Orlando Anderson, but it was somebody in the car. You know, and he's alive. Like, come on now, my boy. Reaper A1A, was the other fool in the back seat because he said Orlando reached over the guy and busted on him, but I think either the driver or the right passenger guy busted. Keefe D busted, allegedly, my boy, allegedly. Wild guess. At the time of the crime, I mean. See, you guys got to remember this. Again, I'll go back to the same shit. Suge Knight has never implicated anyone, or pointed anybody out, or said it was the Southside, it was Keefe D's homies. He's never implicated anybody. They simply asked him, was it Orlando? No, it wasn't. That's it. That's it. Come on.
Years after Tupac.
Hey, he does, huh?
Separate
He
shooting.
does
I
look
think
like
everybody
Predator
else
from
in
Alien.
that car. There were 4 people in that car, and everybody's dead except Keefe.
Right.
And so now Keefe has said he was involved. Suge is intimating, at the very least, that he's not involved the way the DA thinks he was
So
involved.
the fact that Suge is saying, he's saying it's not Orlando Anderson.
Right.
I hear that. But he's not going to say who it is, which to me makes me feel like him saying it's not Orlando Anderson doesn't really carry as much weight either, because the reality is Suge is never going to snitch on anybody.
Facts.
He's never going to snitch, and he's
Facts.
never going to testify.
Facts.
And that was clear.
Him not testifying, I would think that the DA in Las Vegas is not counting on Suge to be a
Facts.
material witness.
I think they're counting more on Keefe's own words.
Right.
Facts.
I think
That's what they're going to lean into.
Listen, you guys got to, like I said, remember, nobody has implicated the Southside except the Southside. Nobody has implicated Keefe D except Keefe D. You know, so there is no dry snitch right there, my boy. Brother said free Keefe D. As a black man, I'm proud as fuck. Keeping the code alive. Long live Suge. For real. For real. People are too slow to read between the lines, bro. You know. You guys gotta read between the lines, homie. Lock Diddy up. That would be funny, huh? To see that fool in jail. That would be funny. I wouldn't want nobody in jail, but that would be funny. That would be a funny move. Fucking Puff Daddy in prison. Imagine that shit. That would be a sight to motherfucking see, bro. The war after in Compton made it obvious that it was a Southside. No, of course. Like, everybody knows, right? But what I'm trying to say is that at least Suge Knight never publicly said it or made any assumptions that it could be the South Side. You know. But that's the way it be. You already know.